there, 3-2. Welcome to your math lesson for Friday, February 18th. Yesterday, we started exploring how to create bar models that represent equal groups and how many in each group, which to our knowledge means that we're working with multiplication. So let's get started on our first try problem. Ava reads pages of her book each day. How many pages does she read in a certain number of days? Notice how I took out the numbers from the problem. I just want to get a grasp on what I know so far. I know my character in the problem is Ava, so her name is probably going to be in my final answer that I write in a sentence. She's reading pages in a book each day. And then in the next sentence, again, I'm able to recognize that she's probably reading for more than one day. Next step, I want to begin to add the numbers in and see what information I can represent using a bar model. Ava reads 7 pages of her book each day. So here, I'm able to recognize that 7 pages is that in each number. That's going to be part of my multiplication fact that I'm probably going to use at the end after I create my model. And then 6 days is the number of groups. Sometimes we have to think about it logically. I can't put days into pages of the book, but I can read pages per day. Now, creating a bar model for to represent multiplication and to represent equal parts and an equal amount in each group or in each day, we begin with a longer rectangle. It looks like a piece of tape. And then we're going to split it into equal parts, which we're also going to call units. Now, the 6 days is my number of equal groups. Now I have 6 equal units in my bar model so far. Looking at the information in the problem, I've already represented the 6 days or the 6 groups. Now I need to represent the 7 pages. Well, she's reading 7 pages each day. And if one unit is one day, that means it represents or has a value of 7 pages. Now, I like to write this information underneath. It's a good practice. One unit or one equal part is equal to 7 pages. And I can also represent that through multiplication. One equal group with 7 in each is equal to 7. Now, looking at my question, which I didn't even peek at too closely yet, how many pages does she read in 6 days? Well, I already know in one day or in one unit, she's reading 7 pages. That means in all the other days, she is also reading 7 pages. So I see I need to find out the value of how many in all for 6 units. How can I represent this as multiplication? Well, I have 6 equal parts or 6 days times 7 in each day. I can use a variety of strategies to multiply 6 times 7, or maybe it's one of those facts that you've memorized so far. You can use any of the white space to use skip counting, repeated addition, make a different model. But she has read 42 pages in all. Now, I can label this. I kind of ran out of room. I'm going to put an arrow. That all together, she has read 42 pages. In the entire model, it represents all 42 of those pages. But we can see in the 6 equal parts, she read those pages in 6 days, and each day she read 7 pages. Now I want to start answering in a sentence. How many pages does she read in 6 days? Ava reads 42 pages in 6 days. Our restating skills come in handy here. Now, next problem. In this problem, we already have our bar model here. We want to accurately fill in any information. And before even looking at the question, maybe start thinking about what the mathematicians might ask us to find out. Glasses are on each tray. There are trays. And I'm not even going to read the question. So I know I have glasses. And sometimes we have to think, what kind of glasses would be on a tray? Are they glasses you wear on your head, or are they like a drinking glass? In this case, I'm going to believe that they're drinking glasses because that's what we could put on a tray. So we have some glasses and they're being put on trays. Now let's add in some numbers. There's going to be 8 glasses and there's 5 trays. Well, I don't want to put trays on glasses, but I could put glasses or cups on a tray. So I'm going to determine that the glasses are what's in each. And the trays are going to be those equal groups. I'm sensing multiplication here again. So now let me use my bar model to fill in any information I know so far. I can see in my bar model, there are 5 units or 5 equal parts. In my problem, I was able to determine that the 5 trays were the equal groups. So 1 unit is 1 tray. Okay, now let's see. Would it make sense to fill in 5 as the value of 1 unit? Well, I already discussed that the 5 units in green represent the 5 trays. So probably not. What about 8? Well, if I'm putting 8 glasses on 1 tray, that would make sense. And each individual unit or green part would have a value of 8. So I'm going to write that information. 1 unit, which is also called a tray, is going to have a value of 8. And I can represent that as multiplication as 1 tray with 8 glasses is 8 glasses altogether. Now let me let me see what information is missing. I'm seeing this question mark here, and our bracket is kind of hugging all of these units together. Usually when we see that, the question that they're going to ask maybe is how many in all. In this case, it would be 5 trays with 8 glasses in each. How many glasses are there in all? I can figure that out before reading my question, or let me see if this is the question that they're going to ask me. How many glasses are there in all? Now, there's a couple ways I could go about solving this. I've already determined that each unit has a value of 8 for 8 glasses on each tray. So I could add them together, or I could use a multiplication sentence. And last time, I found the value for all of the units using multiplication. For this problem, there's 5 units. So 5 trays or 5 units times 8 in each. I could use my repeated addition, or I could use my skip counting, or 8 times 5 or 5 times 8 might just be a fact that you know, and that's equal to 40. Now, again, let's get in the habit of answering our question using a sentence. How many glasses are there in all? There are 40 glasses in all. Now, ladies and gentlemen, with Miss Velez, you're going to do a state test practice question where you are going to create a bar model to represent the information, and hopefully that will assist you in choosing the correct answer choice. I wish you the best of luck.